Can you explain to me what it's like in the locker room being 3-1 atop of the NFC West? Do I really have to explain how I feel right now? Do I really have to explain how I feel right now being 3-1 on top of the NFC West? Come on, first place for the San Francisco 49ers this much into the season? Oh, I'm pumped, baby. I'm jumping back on the bandwagon. That's what I'm doing. I'm all fired up. It's Niner time here, baby. First place. We're going all the way. Uh Really not really. It's awful nice to have a win against the Philadelphia Eagles this week. Um, I think it's a lot of luck. I think our defenses really sort of let us down. I think a big problem that the 49ers have is they played to the ability of the teams that they're playing. If we step up and we have big games against big teams, or where we come up close, or we have a game like this where we, squeak out a win, why aren't we, beating teams that are worse than us? Like the game against Seattle, a game that we should have won. We had to come from behind and win on the last play. I almost think that all of our wins are come from behind wins. Our defense needs a lot of work. It needs a lot of help. I think that we gave up almost 500 yards passing to Mike Vick. Mike Vick also was the leading rusher on his team this week. So I mean, the Niners are a good team, and it's a good story, and it's fun to win when your team's out there. I know I really was hoping for my Niners to bomb this year. I wanted to be in the Andrew Luck sweepstakes. We're almost close to the point where we're going to win too many games to be out of it. So I guess we might as well win as much as we can, I guess, and hopefully see what we can make out of this team. I think that our coach, I think he brings this sort of good vibe to it. I think that before the game, he's always throwing the balls around with Smith and throwing the ball with the receivers, and he once the game rolls around, he really cares and he's really into it. He's almost what you can say is a big time players coach. I seem to like that about him a lot, and that's one thing I think that. Um, Singletary not being there. I mean, Singletary was the guy when he got there. I really thought that he was going to bring this sense of urgency that losing was not accepted. But it seemed like when the Niners lost, Singletary sort of went into pout mode or almost blame mode, pointing fingers, and that's not going to go well with the guys out there at all. I mean, nobody really wants to be pointed out saying I'm the reason why we lost. If anything that I can look at, we really squeaked this win out. I really want to win over a team that's convincing before I get to the point where I think that this 49er team is really uh, good, I guess you can say. Alex Smith had one of those games where you think that he's breaking out of his shell and becoming an NFL quarterback, but he does this once or twice every year, and then he lets us down big time the next few games out of it. So I'm not to the point where I think Alex Smith is going to do it. Frank Gore not starting today was not as big a story as I thought it was going to be. He seemed to run through that Philadelphia defensive line at will. Anytime that they ran the ball up the gut, it seemed like they had a huge success over that. I think Philadelphia, spent too much money on these, big time, free agencies, building the dream team, as Vince Young said it. If you want to blame anybody for the whole, Philadelphia Eagles dream team thing, I guess you can put that on him because he was the first one who's quoted as saying it. So I don't know. The offensive line, the defensive line it looks really bad for the Eagles, and a lot of people are saying that you need to start there before you start anywhere else with your team. But all in all, I think we had touchdowns from Vernon Davis, Josh Morgan, and Frank Gore. So it's good to go from here. Next week, the 49ers play. Oh, fuck beans. It was on the top of my head. I can't remember. But we got to see where we go from here. And it's going to be fun. They play Tampa Bay. They play Tampa Bay at home. And good old Man of Fire is going to that game. So it's going to be hot. And fun. The Bucks are a team that I said, to watch out for. Maybe the Niners can be like what the Bucks were last year, where the Bucks didn't win a whole bunch of games, but they snuck up on a whole bunch of teams and caught them with their pants down and won some games that way. Maybe that's what the 49ers are right now. Maybe we can build towards something bigger and better. But until then, it's good to see the 49ers winning alone atop the NFC West, and we'll see how long it can last.